but you are not done yet. So there's a reason that you are here. Step forward into your perfect truth with each moment, one movement at a time. Living into the fifth unity principle with conviction. We cannot know all the steps that we will take on our journey. If we look back, you'll see that your journey didn't always take a straight path, right? And when we look forward, we don't know where we're going. We can take stock of where we are and do all the visioning that we want to, look into the future, but we don't really know all of the steps that we'll be taking. But we have to take the journey. We have a responsibility to take the journey, I think, especially in unity, where we're truth students, right? Because each of you was placed here for a purpose. And some of us know our purposes. Some of us, it kind of hides from us a little bit at times. And sometimes we find our purpose along our journey, and then our journey takes us into a new area, into a new purpose. But if you look back at all those stepping stones that have moved you from point to point, they all make sense, I think, because they're all in divine order. But why do we have to take that journey? Can't we just languish? Can't we just watch TV? Can't we just, I don't know, there's a million things we could just do, right? And it's difficult sometimes. And sometimes the journey is a little hard, right? There's pain along the way. There's difficulties along the way. Sometimes we go astray. That error thinking that we have sometimes. So we can pray, we can meditate all day long, but if we don't take action, we're not going to sing our song. Okay? And our song is your song. It's not the same as anybody else's. I was watching a YouTube video, it's a habit of mine, and there's some great information on YouTube. And somebody was saying, don't be I thought it was for musicians, because I'm a musician. And they were saying, don't be the next best Kanye West. Be the first best you can be. And we in unity can really lead by example, because we know that we are individual truth essences of God. So what gets in our way? Ego. Yeah? Anything else?
Fear.
Mind.
Fear.
Fear. What kind of fear?
Fear of the unknown.
Fear of change. What did you say?
Fear of the unknown.
Fear of the unknown.
Doubt.
Doubt.
Unworthiness.
Unworthiness. If we are all divine essence of God, how could we ever be unworthy? If you think about that, how could we ever do anything other than express ourselves to our full potential? And that's my message for you today, is to think about those things. What about the hard times? Anybody experienced any hard times in their life? Right? When there was maybe a death of a relationship, or a death of a person, death of a spouse, or that's a lot of death. What other kind of hardships may we have experienced? Medical things.
Financial
Yeah.
problems.
So who has something specific that they feel holds them back? I'm too old, okay, to be starting out as a musician. That was one of my things. I'm too short.
My 40-hour-a-week job.
Okay, new job. At least I don't have that. Does anybody else have anything that they feel is holding them back?
Lack of credentials.
lack of credentials, okay? I've got to tell you, so I teach violin and viola and voice, and I am a counselor for many people, all of my students, and some of them more than others, but if I had the credentials, I wouldn't be able to do exactly what I do, right? So some of those things, you think about, okay, I was going to say Deepak Chopra. Now he's a doctor, but so he does have some credentials. Or Wayne Dyer, or some of those great visionaries, those great lights that lead the way. They don't always have the credentials in the area of the field that they're supposed to have those credentials in. But it gives them freedom, right? So one of the things I came up with recently is the idea of ramping. Actually, thought the other day, I was working with my life coach. I have a life coach, and Jolly Stickley is her name, and she's in her 70s. She's 75, and she's a guru. I mean, she's magnificent, and there's no way that you would think that she was 75. She's thinking about her future, how she's got to get her website going, and she wants her style of practice worldwide. All right, so she's still thinking about the future, and she's 75, and she doesn't show any signs of slowing down. And I was thinking, okay, ramping, I like that. Ramping, and I'll explain what it is in a minute. So I'm like, okay, let's come up with something catchy that I can use to express this ramping idea. So I was like, ramping rampage. And then we looked, she said, I don't know that you want to do that. Rampage is, rampage might not be the word that you want to use. So we looked it up in the dictionary, and sure enough, she was right. It was like a bunch of people running around wild without like knowing what they're doing. So that's not where I want to take this idea. But the idea of ramping, has anybody studied the book by Catherine Ponder? Which one is it we're doing?
Prosperity, something like prosperity.
Dynamic Laws of Prosperity.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, so we're doing, we're studying that right now as a church, and we're actually having our first ever Zoom classes on a Monday night, over the internet, and so we can all see each other. And this idea kind of came to me as my goal. So my goal is, I'll tell you a couple of my goals. My goal is to lose 15 pounds the first month, 10 pounds the second month, and 5 pounds the next month. So I would just pass the first month mark, as we just into March, and I've lost about 17 pounds now. So I'm on my boat. And Paula here has lost 23 pounds. So, yeah, so if you have those goals, it really puts you, and you follow them with the conviction to hold yourself to that goal. It really works. So, and then I thought, well, I want other goals. And I thought, well, let's turn that around and do a financial goal, 5, 10, 15, for the money I earn. Now, $5,000 probably in Northern Virginia might not be a lot of money, but in little Lynchburg, that's for a musician, that's a pretty good amount. I was pretty close the first month, and we'll be going up to 10 and 15. And in working with Jolly, we worked out that I'm the visionary in my little triangle, and I have the organizer here, and all I needed to do was get a marketer. And so I want you guys to all Facebook and YouTube like my pages. It's Daniel Kepel Music. We've made everything in the last week. This is like a very recent goal. We've made everything unified, Daniel Kepel Music. And so I've got somebody in place that's going to help me to do 50 videos in the next 6 months.
Wow.
Right? So, because I know I have to take action,
Yes.
right? Why do we have to take action? What's that?
Otherwise, nothing gets done.
That's right. And if we're those individualized expressions of God and we're not doing anything, we're not living into our true potential, into the people that we're supposed to be. So, I've got a song. I'm going to actually do 2 songs. One, and then I'll talk a little bit more, and then I'll do another one. So if you listen to this one, it's called God is My Strength. And it almost has 2 voices. It has that kind of questioning voice about, there's difficult, dark times, right? And then, but if you look inside, there is power in each one of us. So. God is my strength. God is my power. God give me strength to make it through this hour. I turn inside and see there is power in me. I reach inside and know that's how we all grow. Though our lives have pain, I will be strong again. I look for God inside and know that I can change my mind. God is my strength. God is my power. God give me strength to make it through this hour. I turn inside and see there is power in me. I reach inside and know that's how we all grow. Though our lives have pain, I will be strong again. I look for God inside and know that I can change my mind. God is my strength. God is my power. God give me strength to make it through this hour. To make it through. To make it through. To make it through. So, who knows what they're going to do or what they need to do? Does anybody have a really clear, defined idea of where they're going and what they're doing?
Working on it.
Who doesn't know?
Be in the moment, and present.
Yeah. Each moment will bring you new thoughts, new clarity, and we very often we don't know what our steps forward are, but we can start making steps. If we, I have a specific example of a song I actually sing at the concert today, where I had recorded the whole thing. So in the last 4 or 5 months, I recorded 2 albums. One of them is available today, and one is not printed yet, but it's really close. And sometimes you get so far down the path that you think, I've got to keep going. And then it's not, you're not feeling it, right? And so this song, I had to actually scrap the whole thing and start again. Which, when you're a musician and you're paying for studio time, that can be a challenge because you've got to do everything from scratch again. And but sure enough, it turned out just as it should have done the first time. And it was one of my first ever covers. Up until this point, I've always done my own songs. This is one of the first covers I've done, so I needed to do the song justice. So, I want you to shut your eyes for a moment and to think of a specific thing that you feel is blocking you. Get some clarity on that. And know this. It's all BS. Belief systems. It's not real. That block is not a real thing. You can go through it, you can go around it, you can move it out the way, it doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. It's all in the mind. It's all BS. Belief systems. I don't know what you were thinking. And so now, shut your eyes again. And know that what is on the other side of that is much, much greater, much more important. That is the essence of who you are and what you came here to be. It's much bigger. It's much bigger. Now move that out the way. In quantum physics we talk about things not being physically the way they appear, right? Most of this hard stuff is actually space. So even those things that we see as hard stuff, and this is the mind stuff, it's not even real stuff. It's mostly space. Space for us to pass through and become who we came here to be. And you ain't seen nothing yet. Hey now, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. I said, hey now, baby, you ain't seen nothing yet. Life's gonna give you what you get. Ain't too late to change. I ain't dead yet. There's still time. Get up and go. Where you going? I said, hey now, baby, you're gonna see me get up and go. Life will give you what you put into it. You're gonna rewrite what you sow. All those things in the Bible, they're true. jump right in that flow. I'm gonna point my boat right down the street, stick my oars right in that dream and row. Hey, you know what you want, go after it and get it right away. Even if you don't know what you want, you can work it out. Hey, you know what you want, go after it and get it right away. There ain't no time to wait for your gift, looks like you gotta make that shift today. Give you what you get. It ain't too late to change, and you ain't dead yet. And if you don't know what it is yet, keep looking and keep moving, because you will find it. You will find it if you keep seeking.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.